everyone, and welcome to Broadway Comedy Club presents The Mating Game. I am your host, Minister Sharon Simon. My goal is to hook you up. Tonight we have an amazing episode. 3 of my favorite comedians are going to compete for a date with a beautiful girl who is able to do a Brooklyn accent when she's angry. So please, before I introduce them, let me go ahead and introduce our beautiful Bachelorette. Hello, Keri.
Hey, Sharon.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, no problem. I'm very excited.
Awesome. So what made you want to be on the mating game?
I think my parents are starting to get a little pissed that I don't have grandkids yet, so why not give it a go?
So you're seriously in this to make babies? So we're not just looking at like who's going to be good in bed or who's a good date, but we are looking at who's going to be your new baby daddy. That's
we don't even have to really make it serious, but if we could just push out some kids, that would be great. Get my mom off my back. That'd be awesome.
Then we're definitely going to be hearing that Brooklyn accent that comes out when you're angry once you have a few kids. I'm really, really sure.
Yes, forget about it.
Can I hear it?
It's just like kind of how my family talks. My dad's name is Rudy. My mom's name is Noreen. And this is what they talk about. How they talk. Get a bagel, water.
I love that you went to a bagel. That's perfect. And now I'm hungry. But before we go into me having a bagel, I'm going to introduce the gentlemen who are going to be competing to make babies with you. Let me introduce Bachelor number 1.
You know, I'm a baby maker. What can I say? It's right down to my core. So I think look no further. I'm your guy, all right? Got some strong swimmers. I'm a strong swimmer. I was a lifeguard for 2 years. I got fired, but hey, still pretty good swimmer. So I don't know if that transfers down there, but.
You shouldn't tell her your name. Now she can Google you. But I'm going to go ahead before we get to your swimmers and introduce Bachelor number 2.
Hi. I didn't know we were going straight to the seed business. Okay, that's a tall order. All I can say is I'm gonna hope that the kid looks like you, unless you really want a baby with a giant shiny forehead. But
don't they all have giant shiny foreheads? I think so. Let me introduce Bachelor number 3.
Hey, how are you? All I can say, looking at you, looking at me, you will have some pretty babies.
Well, I all think you would all make pretty babies with Keri. So I know, Keri, that you have some questions for our gentlemen. Why don't we go ahead and get started?
Okay, since we're already on this board, let's just keep going with it. How would you impress my mom? Bachelor number 1.
How would I impress your mom? All right. Well, I would buy, a restaurant cooked meal, and I would have it at my place, at my apartment, and I would say that I cooked it myself. I would lie.
I think she would like that.
I've done that.
I know. It's a go-to.
Easy, easy, easy.
Well, Bachelor number 1, what kind of food would you purchase that you think you could pass off as you cooked it?
I think I get some spaghetti and meatballs. That's pretty basic. I mean, yeah, right? And it's as long as you can make some good sauce, which I can't. I'm sure they could, so I could pawn it off as my own. Get a little recipe, and say it was in the family for generations. Make up some shit like that.
I can't believe Bachelor number 1 doesn't know how to boil spaghetti.
I don't know how to do anything. I can make bacon, egg, and cheese, and unless your mom's looking for that. I can make her breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheese. All right, yeah, well.
Only if it's on a bagel.
It is on a bagel. I sizzle it in the bacon grease. It's one of a kind.
Sharon, I want to ask Bachelor number 3 the same question.
Go for it.
How would you impress my mom?
I will take her out shopping to see what would she like. Then we will go out to dinner, and I will tell her how much I'm in love with love, want a relationship, and want a family.
You had me at shopping.
Yeah.
Good. He's good. Wow.
Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
Bachelor number 3. I'm going to go to Bachelor number 2, give you a chance to catch up. When was the last time a woman really excited you? And I mean in real life.
As opposed to in a dream. February.
Great month.
I'm sorry?
Valentine's Day, like then?
No, it was closer to Groundhog Day, but that wasn't relevant.
Was the woman the groundhog?
Do I have to say that?
Groundhog Day is actually my favorite holiday. It is, because it's the time of year, the only holiday where all we do is wait for a groundhog to tell us what's gonna happen. That's it. That's all we do. We don't have to buy anything. But in New York, people get confused because they think Puxatawny Phil is our groundhog, and he isn't. Staten Island Chuck is our groundhog. He's albino, he's got one tooth. He's actually a rat that identifies as a groundhog.
Very woke.
We should do a mating game with all the different groundhogs from the tri-state area. That's what I'm gonna look for next time.
It would be the fuzziest mating game ever.
I'm pretty fuzzy, that's true. Bachelor number 1. What website do you spend the most time on?
I've got to say, probably Facebook or Eventbrite, or I don't know. I do a lot of stuff for work, so but yeah, I don't know. I don't really, not a website guy. I don't know.
I want to hear everybody's answer to that one.
I got on a few X-rated websites, but I mean, other than those, not a lot of other websites. I mean, what do you want? We want like the UJIS or the YouPorn? What are we talking here? I mean,
I wanted honesty, and you started to give me some at the end. Bachelor number 2, same question. What website or app do you spend a lot of time on?
Probably YouTube, because it's pretty much endless. You could watch recent TV shows, recent comedy clips. I'm on YouTube. And then there's like game shows from the 60s that I found recently. I don't remember what I was looking for, but there's like a clip of when cable was new, like in the 80s, you could put on, instead of CNN live news, they would just have these computer screens with news information scrolling. I found like an hour of that from some station in Kansas City in 1984, and I'm watching it thinking like, this is how we used to live. This is fascinating.
You know what else is on YouTube? The mating game.
everyone's answers are so much better than mine.
I'll let you go second or third next time, okay?
Answers suck.
You can sit and do you have a pen and paper?
You need a stationery for this?
Contestants.
We need a stationery for this?
Number 3 answer that.
TikTok and Pornhub, which is basically the same.
Thank you. I believe that answer.
That was the answer you were looking for.
And it's the truth.
I spend a lot of time on Grubhub. I thought someone might say that.
Oh, it's an app.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
look through Grubhub the way some guys look through Pornhub.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's see. So, Bachelor number 2, what's an article of clothing you love seeing on a woman?
Oh no. There's just no bad way to wear one of those.
I thought you said Bono. I was like, what?
I do not want to see anyone from U2 draped over a woman.
That's very niche. I'm sure it exists. Okay, you said a kimono. I actually love kimonos, but appropriation is real, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to wear them. Okay, I love that answer. Bachelor number 3, same question. What's an article of clothing you love seeing a woman wear?
My football jersey.
Whoa! Hey, what's the team? Let's see if I can even wear it.
It's the Eagles football jersey.
Oh my gosh, don't you know? I live
Bachelor
in
number 3 is from Philadelphia. But if the assumption is that you spent the night and then you're wearing your jersey.
You wear my jersey, but here's the thing: if you don't like the team, that means you'll take it off faster.
Oh, very smart. Very smart.
Mm.
Okay, that could work. That could work. I'll have some Giants underwear underneath.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be fine.
Giants or giant?
Giant. Always
Either
giant.
or is fine with me. I don't care.
You know what? Let's try Bachelor number 1. Same question, since you got to think about it a little this time. Article of clothing you love seeing a woman wear.
I gotta say, I mean, either I really short skirt. I don't know. It's just I'm gonna be honest here. Really short skirts, they do it for me. Or yoga pants. All right, yoga pants. I don't know. Really short yoga pants, maybe. I don't know. They make those.
Really short yoga skirts. Got it.
Yes. Or like
how about
yoga
sundress?
yoga shorts. Or like boy shorts. Never mind. I'm just
Something
bouncing
little.
around.
A little. But if a girl's wearing really short short skirts, she has to be wearing cute underwear underneath. Otherwise, it's.
Well, I don't know. Any type of short shorts, short skirt, you know, those Daisy Duke jeans, those are right up my alley. So yeah.
Bachelor number 1 spends a lot of time in comedy clubs where female comedians are on stage above him. So there's a reason for that.
Yeah, you get a little bit, you know.
Basements a lot where people are walking down the stairs.
Right. Or the escalators on the subways and the stairs. Yes, there's always a.
Yeah, places with the glass ceilings, you know.
Glass ceilings. Those
We're trying to break the
New York
glass
City.
ceiling. Aren't we trying to break it? I have it there for guys to look up it at us.
That's great.
Let's see. If relationships, let's see, who should I go to? Bachelor number 2. If relationships were a sport, which sport would they be?
Rugby.
Rugby. Why?
Because they're unpredictable and sometimes you get crushed.
Okay. All right.
And sometimes you just don't want to touch it, right? In rugby, you're not allowed to touch the ball. Am I right?
Yeah.
And if things don't go well, you're at the bottom of a pile you don't know how you're getting out of.
That's a good point.
And also, like, no one really knows the rules. So that makes sense.
That helps,
Perfect.
at least in America.
I don't know the rules. Yeah.
This is gonna sound silly, but can we repeat the question?
No. Moving on. No, I'm just kidding. It was. If it really, and you know what? We'll give it to you too. Are you ready?
I was trying to figure out from the answers, but every I was like, hold on.
That's a different game show.
If relationships were a sport, which sport would they be and why? Do you have an answer for that, Bachelor number 1?
It's not my turn. Is it my turn?
Oh, I'll go to Bachelor number 3. You can have a second, hon. Maybe don't smoke weed before you come on a dating show. Bachelor,
It would
I
be.
love Bachelor number 1, but he's already not doing the listening skill. You're just the easiest part.
and I'm already boring the shit out of him.
No, it's not. Bachelorette,
I know the
no.
lighting's not that good, okay? Jeez Louise, sorry.
Just ask contestant number 3 the question.
Contestant number 3, did you hear what I asked?
Heard what you said, and
Okay.
I think it would be professional wrestling.
And why is that?
Because we could just grip and run and rub and slam each other all over the place and make those pretty babies.
Those pretty babies, those pretty pudding babies. Like, are we gonna
Yes.
wrestle and pudding?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, this is heating up. 4th.
I prepared my answer.
Oh, okay.
You know, baseball, right? Isn't that the baseball, right? You know, hit that home run. Go, you know, maybe make it to third base. Hopefully you make a home run. You slide right in that motherfucker, and yeah, just deck the umpire or deck the catcher. Just all right. That kind of went the other way, but
Serve the
I'm
hot
gonna
dog.
stick to it.
Baseball does have the best snacks. That's where I'm at right now.
Pops
Also,
and flies.
about coming into the catcher, since you want to make babies, that kind of makes sense.
Exactly. You got to duck that catcher.
I don't actually want to make babies. It's just what my mom wants for me. So
We can
I'm
pretend
never-
then.
What?
We can pretend to make the babies.
Baby part. We can just tell her we're trying at least.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Bachelor number 3.
Yes.
Have you ever left a date midway through? or canceled last minute without much notice?
No, I mean it's been a few that I wanted to, but I'm too nice of a guy to do that. So no, I wouldn't do it. I would just stick it out.
If
Or
you were
just stick
on
it
a
out.
really bad date that you just couldn't stand, how would you try to leave? Bachelor number 3.
I will text one of my friends to call me with some kind of serious emergency and tell her I got to go.
What would the serious emergency be? What if she has a lot of follow-up questions? What would the serious emergency be?
Grandma fell out her wheelchair and I need to get there right now.
Oh, grandma's always serious. That's so true.
That's right. You gotta use grandma.
And I would be like, take some appetizers for grandma.
Yeah. Yes, I said, hey, stay here, enjoy the meal, but I have to go see about grandma.
Oh,
And you get that like super overly nice girl who's like, I'm coming. Where's your grandma? What hospital?
true. Then you'd have to pull a Medea and get a wig, and it would be hilarious.
No, then I'll just say, listen, bitch, I'm done. I'm done. Listen, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to give you an excuse, but you need me to hurt your feelings. I'm sick of your crazy ass. Got to go.
Bachelor number 2, same question. Have you ever left a date midway through?
Can I just echo everything number 3 just said? Because it's kind of the same thing, but there's no way I could present it that well. I would want to, I'd probably, initially maybe get like a fake phone call, or I would just say, hang on, I left something in my car, and then call them an Uber. But I think it's, even though it's awkward, sometimes it's better to be blunt and say, I don't think this is working. I'd want to do that, but sometimes, you get nervous. My mind probably wouldn't let me.
Have you ever stayed in a relationship long, Bachelor number 2, because you didn't want to tell them it wasn't working?
Which bachelor?
2.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I can't say that I have. I would probably get into the awkwardness, because sometimes in life you have to just dive in and just get it, the Band-Aid thing.
Yes, rip the Band-Aid off. Don't waste your time. Okay, Bachelor number 1, you want to answer?
I did have to do it once. I went on a first date with this girl, and she was I don't know. I thought she was South American, and it turned out she was like she was super. She had very strong Middle Eastern family, and she was from like not Afghanistan, but somewhere along those lines. And her brothers were still over there. And she told me that, if her brothers knew that I was with her, like she's like, she'd be in trouble. She's like, if I was even out here, I'd be in huge trouble. And I told her I go on a date with her the next night. And then the next day I told her that I was a drug addict. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a terrible drug addict. It's just what I am, and it's a horrible thing, and you don't want to be with me. And she sent it was I think my friend still has the text. It was really funny, her reply. But yeah, I feel bad about it still to this day. But yeah, it was just not. It was bad. I couldn't really understand her, and yeah, it was not good.
So Bachelor number 1 basically will not risk being beat up for sex, which is very unusual for most men. Most men are like, oh, I'll get beat up for this. I'm going in anyway.
I don't mind getting beat up. I don't mind either.
She said they were in the military and stuff like that. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit this one out.
I feel like Bachelor number 3, if things don't work out with him and Keri, it would like her number. Like, wouldn't mind her number.
Well, he already suggested putting wrestling, so it sounds like he's down for anything.
I think my dad
Jello doesn't matter. We can do the Bill Cosby thing. Yes, we can.
Again with the Cosby.
You know how sexy Bill Cosby is, right, everybody?
I think these guys are way sexier. Keri, are you coming close to a decision? How many more questions do you have?
I have one more question listed.
Perfect. So go for it.
Go for it. Okay. I think I know, but let's see, because this is a good one. Let's start with Bachelor number 3. If you could make love to one U.S. president, who would it be and why? In politics.
Are you talking about a guy? Oh, wait a minute.
We
A
have not had
man.
a female president yet, so.
Ooh, wow. if Woo.
I said if you could. I should say if you had to.
So I have my own answer. I'll give you all a break while you think about it while I tell you who I would have sex with. It would be Jimmy Carter by a mile because he would build me a house and give me peanuts.
Peanuts are great snacks. So totally understandable.
Well, if it was the president, it would have to be Barack Obama because, like I said, I banged the first black president.
Oh, it's historical sex. It's historical sex.
There you go.
Like
it's historical. Exactly.
Thank you, Bachelor number 3. Bachelor number 2, same question.
I'm going to go with Millard Fillmore because most people don't remember him.
I think there's a Fillmore Ave in Brooklyn, and that's as far as that rings true to me. But great, thank you. And lastly, Bachelor number 1, which president would be your boo?
I gotta say JFK, because when you think about it, I'd be Eskimo sisters with Marilyn Monroe. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, very smart. Oh, I see.
Oh, I know you're coming close to a decision, but I just want to give each bachelor a chance to give one final plea. Bachelor number 1, what is just give her your final plea for making babies with her and meeting her mom.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, we don't have to make babies, but I'm really great at pretending that I'm interested in a family, and depending on if that's what you want, then we can play it that way. But if it isn't, I'm really great at pretending around your mom, and have a lot of fun on dates. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm very good at pretending around her too. Okay, no.
Bachelor number 2.
I don't know. I don't know what I can offer, but I can say it'll be sort of interesting. I'm not good at selling myself, in case you haven't figured that out yet. My favorite book is Goodnight Moon, and I think I naturally smell like icy hot, but I think we'd find our way to something that may eventually lead to baby making.
Okay, with some icy hot.
Bachelor number 3.
Because I'm just so damn lovable and funny. That's all you need.
All right, Keri, you got it. Is it going to be Bachelor number 1, who's going to be good at pretending around your family? Bachelor number 2, who may lead to sex or something with some icy hot? Or Bachelor number 3, to wrestle in some pudding?
I'm gonna have to say that I love pudding. I'm gonna go with Bachelor number 3.
Yay! Congratulations, Bachelor number 3. Before I introduce you to your date, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to the 2 gentlemen you're not going to be making babies with. Bachelor number 1, hilarious comedian, great friend. Please say hello to Mr. Gordy McNiff.
Hi.
Hello. How's it going?
Very good. Thanks for being on and being a good sport. I'm really thinking through your answers.
I had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Oh, Gordy, where can people find you?
I'm at the Gaff tonight and Greenwich Village, and then I'm at Broadway Comedy Club tomorrow, and then Greenwich Village Comedy Club. I'm there for the 7:30 and the 9:30 shows on Saturday.
And Gordy's almost always on Simon Says Laugh at 7:30 at Greenwich Village Comedy.
Oh yeah, always on. Oh, of course. How could I forget? Simon Says Laugh every Wednesday, 7:30 at Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
And Bachelor number 2, who is one of my favorite people in the world, danced with him at my wedding. Please say hello to Mr. Dave Sheehan.
Hello, Dave.
Dave Sheehan.
Dave, thanks for being on and for trying.
This was fun. I want to thank you, Sharon, again for having me on this.
Where can people find you?
Shroud of Silence is my moniker on Instagram, TikTok, even though I've barely begun to get a footing there, and also YouTube. perform all around New England. I work with Sharon from time to time. I'll probably be with her at Flamingos in New Jersey next month. PPRN radio, I'm on a show regularly on that internet station.
Thank you so much for being on, Dave.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Keri.
So now, the man you are going to be potentially making babies with, introducing to your mother, taking your mother shopping, and wrestling in Jello with Mr. Green.
Hello, 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 hello. How are you? So, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
I am so ready, and we'll talk about the Phillies thing.
Okay. I will bring the jersey.
I think I'm over sports anyway.
Okay. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk. Pudding and Cosby and all.
Coleman's not only one of my favorite comedians, he is one of my favorite people. He is hilarious. He performs all over the world, but he calls Philadelphia home. Where can people find you, Coleman?
ColemanGreen.net. You'll see my schedule, where I'm performing, and what's going on in Coleman's world at ColemanGreens.net.
Nice.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear about your date. I'm very excited for it, although I'm not a fan of pudding or Jello. I would just like to eat a bowl of hummus personally, but I don't know if I'd want to wrestle in that. But in any case, I thank you so much for being on the Mating Game. I want you all to be safe, be well, and know that I love you. Good night.
Thank you, guys.